Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Trouble is brewing for the left. Bad news, my friends. Hey, Kevin Jackson's who you're listening to. KJRadio.com. Glad you guys are here. Trouble. There's a saying, Bertrand Russell said it, he's a playwright. He says, the trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure and the intelligent are full of doubt. And I couldn't give you a better scenario for what's happening right now, at least not in this particular moment, because that's exactly the way the left were. They were cocksure, idiots, cocksure that Hillary Clinton would be president, that they'd sweep all this stuff under the rug. Tarmac meeting between Clinton and Lynch was never supposed to see the light of day. A very observant grounds crew member in Phoenix saw that, or you'd never know. You'd never know about these FBI text messages. You'd never know about the email messages that were on Anthony Weiner's computer. You'd never know about half the things that we're talking about today. The latest revelation that the text messages that were sent go all the way to the top to Obama. And now what you're starting to see is social media is finally getting it. They're catching on. You're seeing Nixon memes with Obama, and they're laughing that Nixon was ever even indicted for anything. What he did in comparison to Barack Obama is so lame, not to use the kids' terms, but it is. It's so lame. It's so circa 1960s or 1970, whenever he was impeached. It's so interesting to watch. And let me tell you something, folks. The Democrats, I've talked about this, have never in their political lives been on defense as much as they have in the last 2 years. They don't even, for them, it's been an offense, just constant bombardment. And some of it's policy. They just beat you over the head with stupid policy. More taxes, more spending, more this, grabbing your money, more new innovative ways to belittle you and make you feel small. And then in some ways, it's just taking government and saying we can do what we want. You have no choice. They are autocratic, the Marxists to their hearts, to their core, communist, and they just beat you down. They tell you right there, we are the elites. We write the rules for ourselves. Now they tell you it's all fair. They'll give you the words. But their actions speak very different. And you thwarted all of that. And now for the last 2 years, with the tangled web they've weaved for Donald Trump and conservatives, because let me tell you, this is not about Donald Trump. This is about your selection of Donald Trump. They were going to teach you a lesson you would never forget. You guys, terrible. You went against the grain. They trained you better, conservatives. How dare you still be conservatives? How dare you not be the snowflake, Stepford Wives, Piper following little minions that they've trained and that they get to vote for them and that they give money to? What's it going to take? Cocksure is what they were. And we, the intelligent, we've just cruised along going, man, I don't know. It'll kind of figure itself. Why don't you run? Why don't you do something? Why don't you get involved? I'm busy. I got the kids. I've got soccer and baseball and, swim camp and all that. And you know what you finally did? You said, I'm intelligent and I no longer have any doubts. I know exactly what this country needs. And you found your champion. That's right. Thomas Paine said, the real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. That last part's what I really like. Grows brave by reflection. He's saying, when you look back, when you look at all the things that have happened and you finally go, all right, enough is enough. How brave do you get? It's one thing to face it, an enemy and you have that fight or fright moment. But it's another when you've reflected and you've gone, I've been kind of beaten down. This guy's been getting to me for quite some time. You go, the next time this happens, this is not going to be there. I'm not going to react the way I did before. This is the end. It's when you find resolve because you've looked back on the situation and you say, you know what? I've given enough. It's time for me to get. I called this the other day the resistance because we are the resistance. We aren't the people that normally would go out and protest, and we don't burn down campuses like Berkeley or some of these other crazy kids, Antifa folks and Black Lives Matter. But you know what? In 2009, with the Tea Party, by the way, shameless plug for teapartycommunity.org. Go join. Get in contact with me. But anyway, when we started the Tea Party movement in 2009, that was the beginning of the resistance. The left tell you they're resisting. They're resisting you. They are. They're the resistance of the real resistance. Because what that makes them is the institution. That makes them the people that we're going after. And they are in big trouble. Because we're smiling now. We're smiling in the face of trouble. Because it's not our trouble. We're the ones creating trouble for the left. And you know how we're creating trouble for the left? I know this is all convoluted in a strange sort of way. We're creating trouble by seeking the truth, something that they claim they want. They've claimed that's what they've wanted the entire time, this Russian collusion stuff, right? They've wanted the truth. Well, where is it? We're trying to get to it, and what are they doing? They're trying to stop it. Theodore Roosevelt said this: if you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. I'd say to the Democrats, you better understand what Theodore Roosevelt was telling you. You've been kicking your own butt now for the better part of 2 years. The FBI's been kicking its own butt. The Hillary Clinton campaign's been kicking its own butt. The Clinton Foundation's been kicking its own butt. Barack Obama's been kicking his own butt. And on down the line. The Democrats have been kicking their own butt because they do not seek the truth. They are self-indulgent, and all they want is what you have, and they want the easiest path to get it, and that is you will submit. Resistance is futile, they tried to tell you. Executive orders going around Congress. We can do what we want, and I will weaponize the FBI, the NSA, the FISA court, the CIA, anybody to stop you. And if you're an ordinary citizen, you better know you don't have the ability to do that. Michael Flynn, Carter Page, and many others they tried to set up. And you resisted. And you helped them kick their own butts. Folks, we got a lot to talk about today. Schiff made a funny blame that I think we will finally get to this hour. And then, anyway, we'll be talking about trouble. But it won't be our trouble. It's trouble for the Democrats.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177, or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.